On Friday, December 8th, One Championship presents a night of Muay Thai as the world's greatest strikers display the art of 8 limbs. Kickboxing world champion Roman Kriklia sets his sights on the inaugural heavyweight Muay Thai world title. Plus, the debut of 17-year-old phenom Johan Ghazali.
The best strikers in the world!
One Fight Night 17 on Prime Video.
Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Good morning, Vietnam. It is December 4th at 7:01 a.m. We got the morning crew. The morning crew doing the morning shift. Only it's about 2 hours earlier than we usually do. Mm-hmm. How you guys feeling about the morning grind?
I like it, man.
Do you?
Let's get it going.
All right, I like the energy. Chin, you look a little sleepy.
I mean, it's dark outside still.
It still is a little dark, man. Your boy, I'm usually up around 4, maybe 5 if I get to sleep in. So it's all gravy here, man. All gravy. Spent a long weekend. My son's first travel ball team's tournament play. So you're playing some pretty good freaking teams, man. You're not playing in that little league around the corner anymore. These kids are not white, and they've been playing forever. They don't miss. It was a good learning experience for the team, good learning experience for my son. He dominated the last league, but they were all white kids. So he got hit with a fresh, wet dick in the face by these kids who are not white and can play them some ball. Okay? It's a good learning experience for him. Now, travel ball teams, in case you guys don't know, they're comprised of the best in the area, and then they're not associated with a league. They're all stars from that league, and then they travel around and play other all-star teams. And it's pretty cutthroat. And so we weren't supposed to win a single game in our first tournament, and these boys pulled it off. They won one.
Oh, nice.
But we did play the 90th ranked team in the nation. I might as well not even showed up. They beat the brakes off of us. But the boys held their composure, and they rallied in the second game and won a game. They beat the crap out of that team. And then there's just something missing on Sunday because they went 1-1, and then they made it to the Sunday game. Sunday, I don't know what's going on. The boys were just off. Maybe they don't like to play on the Lord's Day, but the bats weren't connecting, and they got dealt with, man. They got dealt with. I'll tell you right now, though, I've done a lot of cool things in my life, from football, fighting, stand-up. Nothing is better than when your kid is playing freaking Little League Baseball. Oh, my God. It is so fun, man. And out of all the sports, he gravitates towards baseball. I'm all for it. I don't have a background in baseball, so I can just kind of chill. And when he he still does jiu-jitsu, that's kind of my thing a little bit there. Football, kind of my thing. So with this, you're not this over-aggressive, like, come on, So my role in that is just mindset, I can help him out with that. And he has a huge advantage because his dad knows something about competing. So that's where I can kind of take the Papa Bear role. But it is the absolute best, man. It's the best. I'm going to have to cut back on touring for sure. I got to figure that out. I struggle with that. When I was younger. I could tour, 3-4 weekends a month. And, I wasn't missing a ton. But now, like I'm in Chicago this week, I missed his second tournament. So I don't know. I really struggle with it. So I'll figure it out, man. There has to be a happy medium there. But there's nothing I love more than watching that kiddo play baseball, especially when he has success. He hit a bomb in that second game, dude. Only 7-year-old to get it to the warning tracks. And then when I went over to him, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I always say, tea time, that's what I'm talking about. And he looks at me and goes, Dad, if that was in Colorado, that's a home run. Because we play the video game, I always tell him the balls go further in Colorado, high altitude. I was like, dude, you are so right, man. But that's not a home run in California, dude. All right? So keep running. But yeah, nothing better, dude. And dude, I'm full dad mode. I mean, I'm chilling in the right field with other dads. We're talking shop. Some dad brought some brewskis.
Oh, nice.
They have the lawn chairs. These dads, and they've been in it because they have older kids, so they got the grill going, dude. Yeah, man.
I might just pull up.
Dude, pull up.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's that? I'm like, it's Tiger's uncle.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't just be there. It's the guy
sure.
who works with, man. Can you have some hot dogs?
Yeah.
Can you eat some dogs on there? Man, he's hungry today. Yeah, it's there's nothing better, man. It's crazy though when you see some of these kids at 7. You know, like my son, it is what it is. I'm sure every dad thinks this. He's an outlier. You know, he can play some ball. Dude, there's some kids though, they whatever it is, you know, they just have it and they have that competitive edge. And they're 7. And this pitcher, this kid was thick. I'm talking John Kruk, like John Daly of baseball at the mound. I'm like, look at this kid. Keto, anybody? Bro, this kid was throwing junk at 7. I mean, yesterday struck out 4 innings, 12 in a row. I mean, no one could hit this little kid's thing. Just balling, dude. Balling. Didn't care. Went back to the dugout, eating his Cheetos. Oh, yeah. God, what a baller, dude. Baller. But at 7 to just have like that tenacity, like, it's cool, man. It's cool to see. I absolutely love it. We started early today because I had to take the Lightning to the shop. We got to be there around 8:30, get this bad boy running. So I am crunk. Got the parts from LMR. So hopefully this Lightning gets back up and running. If not, it's a disaster. But it sounds like this is all that we need. And then it's off to the races, Daddy. I got some cool stuff in the works. I can't wait to show you guys. A lot of truck stuff, car stuff coming up this week and next week. Casey is exhausted. Yep. You're working double time.
Yep. It's all good, though.
You're getting education in cars.
Yeah, man. Spark plugs, fuel pumps.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's where I draw the line. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, though. I mean, I know my trucks and cars, but I don't, there's gear heads. And you've been around it where there's a complete, I'm a super newbie.
Yeah.
As far as when it comes to building engines and all that mechanical work, dude.
Yeah, like Ryan at Kibby Tech starts talking and I'm just glaze over.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, well, I got it, dude. Yeah. It's a cool world though, man. I freaking love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then also with my son, I take him on all the car stuff whenever I buy a car or do anything in the car, I always bring him with me. Because this younger generation has come up with all electrical stuff. And it's I don't have any issue with electric. It's just it's not good. So what I tell my son is he'll be like, yo, Dad, is that Tesla faster than this? Or is that electric car faster than this? So I went, yeah, it is. I said, just because it's faster doesn't mean the build quality or the amount of work that goes into it is good. I said, so your steak tonight, I can cook it faster in the microwave, or I can go old school and put it on that fire grill. Which would you rather have? He's like, the grill. I'm like, that's the difference between gas-powered and electric. Just because it gets maybe a quarter mile faster doesn't mean it's better. There's a lot that goes into that, man. So they hate Teslas. Every time I see a Tesla, my 4-year-old was, boo. Boo. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But as far as the fight game goes, man, still the off-season for the most part. Still the off-season, but UFC Austin came through in fashion. It was a lot of controversy, but some great fights, a lot of finishes. Austin always does the job. They always stack Austin. Austin's the UFC does a good job. Obviously, Rogan lives there. Rogan was in the audience watching as a spectator. You had Tom Segura there. So, yeah, man, you had a lot going on there. So they always stack those UFC Austins. It's also called UFC Austin. It's not just like UFC Fight Night. It's UFC Austin. So I think that the biggest gate there that they've ever had in history. I saw Dana White on his Instagram. Yeah, so that's pretty impressive. Austin's a big market for them, so they definitely stack it with some good fights, especially for a fight night. This thing was good. The night was a little if Arman Tsarukyan didn't absolutely demolish Dariush with that fake knee with the right hook, which was insane, dude. Insane. He at least took the momentum back because before that you had Jalin Turner and Bobby Green, and this kind of overshadowed a great night of fights because the ref went, yeah, but did he die? And we're like, no. He's like, damn. That ref, there's a couple of jobs where you can kind of have brain farts and, kind of take your time. If you're an open heart surgeon, probably not. If you're a chef, not the end of the world if you burn the steak. If you're a mechanic, kind of go at your own pace. If you're an NFL quarterback, you got to get moving. If you're a ref in the UFC, you got to be on your stuff, man. You can't have a brain fart or just zone out or try and see somebody die. That's what this guy did with Jalin Turner and Bobby Green. When the guy is defensive on his stomach and going unconscious, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying not to be a victim of the moment here, a prisoner of the moment, as they say in the colleges. This might be the worst stoppage I've seen, late stoppage. Can you think of another one? I mean, Yamasaki was notoriously known for it, but his was always like, come on. This one, you're like, what's happening right now? Y'all want to see a dead body?
Yeah, the Priscilla Kocher, I think, versus Valentina, that was bad, but she was still awake. But it was like they should have stopped it because she was getting destroyed. But this one was like,
this one was Bobby more
was like
brutal.
out, dude. Bobby was out.
I bet you that ref when he was walking the octagon was like, y'all want to see a dead body? They're like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, watch this. It's a no, dude. We don't.
It was terrible, dude.
It doesn't help the sport. That was, and you and me especially, you Chin, always like early stoppage, let it go, live to fight another day.
Especially for title fights, though. That I'm always like
Title fights. I'm in agreement with you, unless it's like if this was a title fight.
No. Yeah, of course not. No.
But usually title, like or know your fighter, like Dominic Cruz fight, right? Like some of that stuff is a little dicey. This one, I mean, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I felt so bad for Bobby.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Jalin Turner's absolute savage. Takes on short notice and then just dismantles Bobby.
And he didn't
Green.
want to take the fight. He was like super upset.
It's his
about
hero.
It.
Yeah, they're from the same part of California, Fontana.
Oh no, I think somewhere in San Bernardino.
Is it not Fontana?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Bring that up.
All right.
I thought it was Fontana,
San Bernardino.
but their gym's out of Fontana.
But they're from
They're from the same area.
San Bernardino.
Yeah.
That's like that area. Which
Yeah. So he was like, you were the blueprint, the trailblazer, and then I guess that's how you treat the trailblazers, right? Shout out to the Overland High School Trailblazers in Aurora, Colorado. I went to high school. Jalin Turner did it, but again, you can't be mad at Jalin Turner because it's on the ref. Like you're literally trained. You don't stop till he pulls you off. It's just you're just conditioned that way. It is what it is. Figueiredo looked fantastic at his bantamweight debut. He's gonna be a problem. And Font was what, 7th or 8th? So he's up there, man. He's gonna be a problem. He absolutely dismantled Rob Font. He looked fantastic. I thought he looked a little slow, a little tentative at first, and then he got his bearings, and he looked phenomenal.
Yeah, you're right. 8.
He's 8, yeah. So there's some good fights, some really big fights. That bantamweight division is tasty. Good God. Especially got Figueiredo in there now. That is a tasty division. Man, might be the best division in the UFC. It's right up there. Then Sean Brady. I mean, you could have done some of the. They didn't give it to him because the judges don't know grappling or fighting, so that's cool. But there could have been some 10-7 rounds there, I thought. The crowd was booing Sean Brady, saying, F you, Brady. And they went, oh, you don't like when I just dominate a guy in mount and have his back control for literally 15 minutes? F Brady? Cool, check this out. Hey, Goosh Kimura. I thought Kelvin Gastelum looked pretty good at welterweight too. Tough test, man. You have that long layoff. You're cutting down to a division when he's been a middleweight for a hot second. He's always should have been a welterweight. The guy had all the potential in the world to be a world champion at welterweight. And they're like, cool, man, come back to welterweight. Here's Sean Brady. I think if anyone's justified in this fight, especially how good Sean Brady looked, was Belal Muhammad. And he tweeted out, goes, I thought Sean Brady sucked. That's how good Belal is. He absolutely owned Sean Brady. And everyone's like, it's just because Sean Brady's not that good. It's first loss, 15-1. Like, he's not that good. And then Sean Brady goes out there and completely dominates Kelvin Gastelum. And Belal was like, what's up? I thought Sean Brady wasn't very good. So kudos to him. Sean Brady had a smart call out. He goes, if Ian Gary beats Vicente Luque, let me dominate your boy there. I'm like, that's a pretty good call out. I could see that happening too. That's a good fight. It's a really good fight. Silva, Clay Guida. Did you watch that one, Chin?
Of course.
Did you have Clay Guida winning that?
I kind of had it like up in the air.
We're a little biased though, right? Did you know anybody that roots against Clay Guida? I would have gave it to him, but I'm also, from the Clay Guida era, so maybe that's what's going on there.
He's like 41 and he's like still killing it. It's pretty crazy.
Still great cardio. Misha Tate looked good. One face crank. Shout out to Misha Tate, one of our favorites.
That's pretty crazy.
Dude, and then how about this? How crazy Austin was. Back-to-back KO slams via Rampage style from a triangle. These boys are forgetting to grab that leg. You gotta reach under and grab the ankle so you can't get lifted. You just forgot. One guy tried to remember, was like, "Oh no," and just missed, and then got slammed. Back-to-back slams. That's never happened before. Then Dan Hardy's wife won. Mm-hmm. She had a touching post-fight speech too about Dan Hardy. Veronica Hardy, she looked great, man. So I love those two. Love is real, dude.
I think Georgie mentioned that she's only 28. She's like pretty damn young.
Not that young.
I mean,
dude, you know she's only 30?
No.
You believe that?
I think because
there's like 18-year-olds in the UFC.
No, because Dan Hardy's like 40. I think 41.
Hey, what are you doing here,
I'm just saying. No,
you
dude,
piece of shit.
That's fine.
What are you doing here?
That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying. That's just like
you guys realize how young she is? You know, Dan Hardy's 40. She's 30.
I thought she was.
Do you have
a
a problem
older.
with that?
That's all. I thought she
when
was.
Dan
older.
Hardy was 10, she was 1. Are we okay with this? You don't say shit about Jerry Seinfeld though. Real quiet on that.
By the way, Bobby Green.
Wow, way to turn it, Chin.
Bobby Green.
Hey, it should be of note. You know she's only 30.
It's an interesting fact. That's all.
Oh God, I mean, if she was like 22 or 23,
yeah,
might bring it up. You know she's 23, which is completely legal. You know she's 23 and Dan Hardy's 40. I'd be like, that's cool.
Yeah. So
when you're like, hey, dude, little note here.
There's like
Veronica Hardy is 30. Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah, that's fine.
And Dan Hardy's 40.
And that's a great, that's a great relationship.
Nice try, dude. Sorry, Dan Hardy. I had some haters here at the studio.
There's not haters. It's just like a fun thing.
Great win of note. She's 30. Dan Hardy's 40. Just want to throw that out there on the biggest night of her life. And here I am. I was like, love is real, man. Love is cool. Yeah, it is. She's 30, though. All right. She's like, right? I mean, it's not like this cool number where if she's like 21 or if she's 40 that we'd even bring up age here. 28's like, all right, that's a grown-ass woman fighting the UFC. She married a 40-year-old.
No, that's a 13-year age gap, which is great. I dated a girl that was 14 years younger than me. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I just didn't know she was that young and whatever.
She's not that young, though. That's why I think it's a stupid note.
All right, fine. We just had fun talking.
By the way, the Clay Guida age, that's fun to bring up because he's doing the damn thing.
Maybe I mixed up Clay Guida with
Hardy. It's that's not a thing. Well, I see you searching, Chin. I see. I know it's the off season of the UFC, and we're searching right now. But that's where I draw the line.
Well, real quick, you're right. Bobby Green does train out of Fontana, which is in. I didn't know it was in San Bernardino.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Tsarukyan, what did they do with Tsarukyan? He was 8, just knocked out the number 4 guy in a minute. His only loss is to the world champion, Islam Makhachev, and that was his first fight in the UFC on short notice, and I think it was by decision. What do you do? Let me see that lineup.
Wait, Islam?
No. The lightweight, bud. Just go down. You're at pound for pound. There we go. So
8.
Tsarukyan, he lost to Gamrot. He just beat 4. In all actuality, you would do Dustin Poirier. But Dustin Poirier's at that legacy level, that legend level, where he doesn't fight just the contenders. He only fights the super fights. But if he wanted to actually make a run for the legit title, you would do Tsarukyan versus Dustin Poirier. I don't know if Poirier takes that fight though, because he's at that level now where he can pick and choose, which is good and bad. If it's up to me, if I'm Dana and I'm hanging out with busting with the boys and the Nelk boys, and I was in his shredded body with all those supplements, I would do Benoit Saint Denis versus Tsarukyan. Good luck beating Benoit. BSD, BDSM, what's up, dude? He is a complete savage. You could do that. But then again, is Tsarukyan like, hold up, I just beat the number 4 guy, I'm fighting 11. So our boy BDSM is going to have to do some work. But he's getting, I mean, in a year, he's going to be top 5. That guy is such a monster. Overall, good card, though, man. What else you got, Chin?
By the way, Dana
Any
White.
other hater notes?
No, there's not hating, dude.
Before we move on, I just want to remind everybody, Dana slapped his wife a year ago. So I just want to, be very clear. And his wife is 12 years younger.
Anyway, Dana White did say Arman Tsarukyan after that win, because he was so dominant, he's like, it does throw a wrench into the title picture for that weight division.
Well, so you got Makhachev and Charlie Olive fighting, right? Yeah, the rest of the division. So you got the next crop of guys just idling, ready to fucking take off. So you got the older heads, Charlie Olive, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Dariush, and Chandler, top 5. Then you got the younger crew, the next wave, which is Gamrot, Fiziev, Tsarukyan, and BDSM, Benoit Saint Denis. They got Jalin Turner there. Yeah, those boys are the next wave. And boy, are their names all sorts of jumbled up. I agree with Dana. Time to get some fresh blood in there. I can only see Justin Gaethje, Poirier, Dariush, Chandler, Charlie Olive fight Makhachev so many times. I like that wrench in there. And there's gonna be another wrench with BDSM coming in. Hot and angry, dude. Hot.
So I'm sure you watched
of note,
BKFC.
BDSM when he was 17 got arrested for theft. That's Chin today.
Oh my God. Anyway, so BKFC over the weekend. Mike Perry once again has...
Chin's all of note. Mike Perry about 2 years ago found out he was 1% black and did use the N-word.
He
did have a great fight Saturday night.
Yeah. He made another person quit, which is crazy.
Dude, I mean,
Eddie Alvarez too,
the myth of Mike Perry continues. I mean, did you see the post-fight press conferences? Both their faces
Oh, I have the
were bigger than both our heads, Chin.
So that's Mike Perry's face right here.
Look how swollen it is.
It's, right here. And then this is Jimmy Rivera, which is jacked up. But then Eddie Alvarez, I mean, his face was just jacked up.
Yeah, Eddie Alvarez looks like an extra from The Sopranos when they're
after they get
dudes.
beat up,
like in his eye socket. I mean, literally. But so Eddie didn't call it quits. His coach Mark Henry, who's one of the best in the game.
Oh, okay.
The very best was like, look at his eye. He was like, no, we're done. We're out. You see him go, no, we're done. And the rest corner's like, no. And Eddie's like, no. He's like, nope, we're out. We're done. And he's just looking out for his fighter. It's the right choice, especially bare knuckle. So kudos to Mark Henry. Shout out to Mark Henry, one of the best to ever do it. But he looks at it, longevity. Eddie's done it all. It's all good. We don't live to fight another day. If there is another day fighting for him, which sounds like Mike Perry and him might do a rematch in North Philly.
Wants that, yeah.
North Philadelphia, born and raised. So, yeah. That bare knuckle, man, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Devastating to your face.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
This hat's bare knuckle MMA, dog. What's up, man? Most violent sport on earth. I condone that.
Oh, hell yeah. Is it?
Yeah, I see you looking like and June. Miles would all send it to me.
Hell yeah.
Beck Rollins got dealt with, huh? That was tough. 50-45, and bare knuckle is not fun. Not a fun night in the office. Jeremy Stevens beat Jimmy Rivera.
Jimmy was doing really well, though. But,
I know, dude.
Yeah.
Second round. Yeah, dude, Mike Perry. Mike Perry did a smart call out. This is the thing about bare knuckle. There's a guy who's their champ, who's like the legit champ, but he's not famous. So the owner of bare knuckles bringing in WWE guys to like help with their personalities. That's it, either you got it or you don't. There's nothing we can do because then it's just unnatural. And it's like this weird WWE gimmick. So I don't know if that's the move. Either you have it or you don't. UFC's done this for years. Some guys just don't have it, but their skill set is what makes them stars. So you kind of got to rely on that. So, the owner of BKFC wants 12 Mike Perrys. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So for Mike Perry, he made a smart call out. I saw him call out Anthony Pettis. And it's just Mike Perry beating up these UFC legends.
Yeah, dude.
And making him quit.
Dude, making Luke Rockhold quit and freaking Eddie Alvarez, that's insane.
Making Eddie Alvarez wait, hold on. To be very clear, nice try. To be very clear, Eddie Alvarez didn't quit. His coach Mark Henry was like, "Nope."
I mean, by quit, I mean they're not going to continue fighting.
He made his team throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Eddie didn't, quit. He would have kept going. He'll go till you kill him. That ref's like, "You will? Then you're my guy."
Did you see the kiss with his wife after as well? Eddie Alvarez and his wife. It was kind of weird.
Is that what they did?
She just looked like she was just in a daze, and they just kissed.
Yeah, because her husband's in Bareknuckle. It's traumatizing, Jen. He's all right after his loss.
She was just smiling
She's probably just like, holy crap, what are we doing? What else you got, dude?
All right, so I don't know if I want to show these videos, but did you see the Bobby Green, Arman Tsarukyan?
Yeah, I heard
hotel?
Arman Tsarukyan talk about it. He was saying where he comes from, if you talk stuff, you got to back it up. So they just both pushed each other, and then it was over.
No, Bobby Green was on the Schmo, and he was saying I don't want to fight someone like Arman Tsarukyan. He's so boring. All he does is take you down, blah, blah. So then, obviously it got to Arman, and then Arman confronted him at a hotel. But the crappy part about this is Arman had his whole team with him, and there's this other guy was in Bobby's face. Bobby's like, "Hey, back away. Tell your boy to back away." And then they did that shoving thing. Later on, Bobby and his team found that dude and smacked him in the face, which is, I'm like, I like that.
Yeah, I get down with it. The only thing with Arman, he's like, where I come from, if you're going to talk smack, you're going to get punched in the face. It's like, no, I get that, but it's not like it's just fight talk.
Yeah, he didn't.
You're in the same division. Yeah. He's like, he's boring. I'm not a fan. I'll knock him out. God, dude.
I don't think he said knock him out. He said he was boring.
Yeah, if we can't talk any stuff without you approaching us in the hotel, take it easy, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not supposed to fight. What are we doing?
So this made the headlines, and a lot of UFC fighters, are pissed off about this headline because it's so.
Yeah, how about TMZ? Yeah. How about TMZ? Because we all know when you say the headline is ex-UFC champion Jamahal Hill arrested for domestic violence. Right away, your mind goes, "Oh man, he hit a chick."
Yeah,
domestic violence is associated with man hitting a woman. Every single time, 99.9999% of the time, when it's a headline, that's what you get. It should say ex-UFC champion Jamahal Hill arrested for argument with brother.
Older brother, too, I think.
Older brother. Yeah. And Sean Strickland had a great quote. He said, if you've never fought your brother, you're not brothers. Mm-hmm. I'm 1 in 1,500 against my brother. But that one was sweet. Sean Strickland put, you can get a domestic violence charge for fighting your brother. LMAO. I guess I've dodged some domestic violence charges. If you haven't fought your brother, you ain't brothers. Bottom line. Facts.
He added to it too, though.
But Jamahal Hill, your brother be a biatch for calling the cops. He might not be your brother after that biatch move. Just saying. Yeah, who calls the cops? Unless he was terrified getting his ass whipped.
I wonder what happened.
But Jamahal Hill, he always goes pretty hard in the paint on his YouTube show, which is a great show. Shout out Jamahal Hill. But he's smart because his lawyer's like, dude, be cool. And Jamahal Hill's like, I just can't wait for all the facts to come out. You guys are going to see. I'm sure it was just an argument between brothers.
Who doesn't fight their brothers? It's just...
When you're 30, though... When you're 30,
you know what?
You still fight your brother.
Hold on, that's a damn good point. I didn't even think about that. I just remember I was talking to the guys. I'm like, we all fought our brothers.
Yeah, when we were kids.
Yeah,
me and my brother fight now. We're two. I have 3 kids.
Dude. That's a good point.
Yeah, a lot of jealousy. He went home for the holidays. He's champ. He's doing the damn thing. It's not like he lost. He's still champ. He just relinquished the belt, or they took it because he blew out his Achilles. So. There could be some jealousy there, which always happens in families or close friends. So
we'll find out eventually.
The tough thing is when your brother's a UFC fighter and you have jealousy. Okay, fight me. Not good.
When's the last time you fought your brother? Like how old?
I mean,
20s?
high school.
High school, yeah.
Yeah, even college. No, you don't fight.
Alrighty.
When's the time you fight your brother?
Yeah, I was in high school too.
You're all Thanksgiving. I fucked him up, Brandon.
No, he fucked me up every single time. Yeah, but high school.
Yeah, I'm like, I was 0 in 1500, and then one day, dude, I just had the upper edge, and I bit him, and I fought him, dude. I fought him. I won. Best victory in my life. He goes, beat my brother at one time, then croak up.
Yeah, Crow Cop, legendary.
Yeah, beat my brother, more legendary. What else you got?
So Ian Gary posted this, and I'll just play it for you. It's just on his Instagram.
More people talk. More people talk. The harder I work. Got more people to prove wrong.
This is what I want to see.
It's not fueling me.
Yes.
It's pissing me off.
Yes.
You see his face, too.
Demons. Yes, get mad, young grasshopper.
I might have to win a middleweight world title before I win the welterweight.
What I tell you? Boom. This is what I want to see out of Ian Gary, man. He can channel all this and become the biggest star in the UFC. He just has to play his cards right, and he has to win. He has to win. But now there's a whole narrative there. There's a whole narrative, Leon and Sean Strickland, you know? So I'm all for it. Now, turning comments off usually isn't good. The last guy I saw do this was Logan Paul. The difference is Logan's at a level where he never has to work ever again and doesn't have to win any fights, and his WWE stuff's all scripted, so he doesn't have to worry about it. He's at such a massive level, he can turn his comments off. I still don't suggest it. For Ian, though, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow, but take it from a guy who deals with a lot. As long as they're talking about you, it's good. You know, the great, you know, all press is good press, even at this level, because he was the focal point for 2 weeks of the UFC community, the MMA community. And so now everyone's going to have their opinions. Most people are going to say whatever, he's a cuck. Then some people are like, God, you guys are stupid. Either way, he's gaining more fans and more haters, which equals pay-per-view, which equals money. But when you disengage, you go, nope, I can't take it, turn comments off. Well, then people are like, all right, they stop engaging. So then you stop trending. So this is going to make Ian Gary massive, massive if he wins. If he loses, this is his story, unfortunately. This is it. But if he wins, which I would bet a ton of money that he does pull it off, and now I see that. Now he's motivated even more and angry. Ian Machado, Gary, trouble, dude, trouble. Because like he was upset against Neil Magny. He tortured Neil Magny. He could have put him away. He decided to torture him. So for Vicente Luque, he's like, damn, what are you guys doing, dude? So we'll see, man. But this has all the groundlings, the blueprint to. This could be a great story, Ben. Great story. Him and his wife win in the end by him being double world champion. That's what I think happens for him.
Right on.
Thank God he's talented.
Mm-hmm. We take a little break?
Oh, boy. Listen, this episode of the Schaub Show at 7 a.m. is brought to you by DraftKings. You got the NBA popping. You got college football. You got the Bowl Championship Series. Florida State, you knew damn well you shouldn't be in there. You have your third-string quarterback. Even if the second string came in, you're beating Alabama. You beating Michigan. You beating Texas. Nah, man. That's why you guys are doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to be watching the games, all right? That's what you're doing. Ohio State has an argument. I'll give them that, all right? But I'm excited for the BCS championship. I think they got it right. Don't at me. It is what it is. I didn't do anything. All right? And the NBA is popping. My Nuggets are balling. But you can watch college football. You can watch the UFC at the Apex Center this Saturday. You can watch one championship. Watch the NBA and make bank, bro, with DraftKings. All right? This season, the NBA is so freaking good. And new customers, you can score 150 instantly in bonus bets just for betting $5 on basketball. Win or lose, you get an instant dub. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use code SHAUBSHOW. New customers can get 150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on basketball. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code SHOP.
Casey's got this.
The crown is yours. Casey, hit it, Vape Daddy.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. Please play responsibly. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call
That's where you're from.
That is where I'm from. And I would call 888-789-7777, or I would visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age, it varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gaming resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Yes. Fume. What else you got, Chin?
A little bit more on Ian Gary. So, Brendan Allen
Savage
did an interview. I guess he did train with Ian before, or he had the same camp before, or same team. And then he said that Ian got KO'd like bad. And then there's video footage of it, but he's not going to show. He's not going to say the name of the person.
I know who it is.
Oh, you do?
Yep. I might have saw the footage.
All right. Well, yeah. So that's that.
But also, Brendan Allen, Leon Edwards, whoever. We talking about practice.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about practice. You talking about practice? We talking about practice. I know some guys who were just journeymen in the UFC and knocked out some of your favorite world champs, and those world champs said, "Cool story, but it's practice," and then went on to dominate in the UFC. It's practice. Shit happens. That's why you're practicing. Because those champs go, okay, you caught me with that head kick. Not going to happen in the real fight. I don't give a shit. We're talking about practice.
Mm-hmm. And it's like vice versa too, right? Some people are awesome in the gym, but they can't perform,
ton of people
on the big stage.
Ton of people.
Okay. So Dana White was on the Nelk Boys podcast, and he said there's going to be a big super fight in 2024, but it doesn't involve Conor McGregor.
And then your boy was trending. I'm coming up. I want the world to know I made that fight up, Joe. Yeah, and then I just randomly was like, I was just looking at doing my research, my sources. Okay, I did go to my sources. By sources, I mean myself in my underwear at 4 a.m. just scouring Instagram. I looked at GSP. I'm like, this dude's getting in shape. Why is he getting such good shape? And then I went, oh, he had that grappling tournament, but they called it off. And people were like, yeah, he was hurt. I'm like, was he? Or was the UFC like, hey, bud, you're going pretty hard in the paint for this bullshit grappling competition. How about you just put on some small 4-ounce gloves and we get you right back in the cage? And he was like, I might be down for that. I'm like, yeah, and guess who else wants to do it? The guy you're supposed to grapple. Nick Diaz is also down. Same thing. You're just putting on some 4-ounce leather gloves instead of just grappling for 15 minutes. You're actually going to punch each other in the face and get paid way more money. They both went, I'm in. And then Dana watched my show at 9 a.m. live last week and went, holy shit, Schaub, I've always loved you, and made this fight. It is trending everywhere. It's so hilarious. People are like, ooh, what are your sources? I'm like, there are none, dude, but it's going to fruition, you fucks. Oh, it's hilarious. We'll see. I don't even know if that's the fight he's talking about. It could be Michael Venom Page and Kevin Holland.
Yeah. So Kevin Holland did say like he wasn't offered anything, but I mean they could be working on it. You never know.
Well, it was on your board.
Yeah. I mean, do you think they do it? Go ahead,
dude. Of course. Yeah. Go ahead and ask your question.
I mean, I feel like they do, but I'm just asking.
Of course they do. Okay. You think this $4 billion company has interviews and like, our secrets are behind us. Oh, no.
Someone actually asked Dana at the press conference about that, and he's like, he just completely shoved it off. Like, he's like, nah, I'm not talking about it. It makes it more interesting.
Think about all the staff that has to go in there and set up for the interview. Are they like, oh, are we missing anything in here? You got Dana's coffee? Yeah, we got coffee. You guys water? Yeah. So I'm like, dude, you left all the secret matchups right behind Dana. And it happens all the time. So it's them trolling, I think, but then also them getting a gauge on how interested people are into these fights. Because Kevin Holland, Michael Venom Page kind of trending now, or if people see something on there, like, get out of here, man, So it's 100% on purpose, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So Dana says, Kevin Holland reveals if there's truth behind Michael Venom Page fight at UFC 297. Dana White dismisses, saying, lying mother effers, claiming the Prime card did 1.3 million pay-per-view buys. I'm sorry. So is he saying Kevin Holland MVP are lying mother effers?
No.
Or the people claiming the Prime card did 1.3?
The people claiming the Prime did 1.3, because that was a part of the podcast too. Like, he's like, if they did 1.3 million, they would be doing like 10 events a year. They did not do anywhere near that. It's so hard to do 1.3.
I agree with Dana on this.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's no way to make sure that actually happened.
No, if you're the Prime guys, you're going to put a number out there so you look good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Let's go here. So this is just reports. It's not guaranteed, but Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez 2, UFC Mexico.
Dude, and the winner should get a Ford Lightning. Mexicans love Ford Lightnings. They love them. A winner of Mexican crime. The UFC should do a special edition. Let your boy build it, and the winner gets a Generation 2 Ford Lightning. Now these guys are young, so don't know shit about Ford Lightnings, but their Mexican community would celebrate it.
Yeah,
it'd be a big promotion. We get Ford involved. They hire me to build this thing out. I get my posse together, dude. No brainer.
Make it happen. I feel like Ortega would dig it more. But
agree. I feel like Yair's like car. Wheels.
But yeah, the last time they fought, remember, it was like a freak injury with his shoulder for Ortega.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently this is going to take place on February 24th. And on that same card is supposed to be Brandon Moreno versus Amir Al-Bazzi.
Tough fight for our boy Brandon. I love Brandon. Amir is a monster.
Yeah.
I don't love that, but I love Brandon. But that's where he's at. He just lost to the champ, so. Okay.
Let's see. What do you think about this? Matt Brown thinks that if there was
Matt Brown.
If there was an MMA fight between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz, Jake would still win.
Let me take this in for a second. You have the Immortal taking Jake Paul's side.
He says he would probably win, yeah.
We already know he can outbox him. When was the last time you saw Nate take somebody down? Agree. But I don't think he'll be able to take him down, even if he tries. He's way undersized. Jake Paul's much bigger than him. I don't know the weight it will be at, probably 85. Nate's not a great wrestler, facts. It's going to end up staying on the feet. What difference would it be from their boxing match if it stays on their feet?
What about leg kicks? Do you think Nate could just chop him down? Like, if you haven't been kicked in the leg, that's going to affect the stand-up, no?
I agree with the Immortal here. I agree. Leg kicks is something you got to think about, and Jake would train for that. But Jake's power with 4-ounce gloves on, and Nate's not, some of the jiu-jitsu trips could get Jake in some trouble. And if that fight goes to the ground, it's over so fast. But I would put Jake at a minus 105. It's a close fight. If it goes to the ground, this thing's over. But Jake's going to hit pretty hard. But the one caveat there, and Immortal knows this better than anybody. He knows more about fighting than I do. But the distance is different in MMA, so Jake would have to adjust to that because he's been doing so much boxing. Same thing as these MMA guys come over to boxing. The distance is different, so everyone goes, I don't get it. In MMA, he was so good at this. It's just a different dance, a different sport. So I think Jake, it would take a little bit of a learning curve. MMA is so new, and Nate's such a veteran when it comes to it, so it could be even money, or you could even, now I'm going back a little bit what I said, could even go Nate minus 105 just because his experience in the octagon, the distance, if it goes to the ground, this thing's over. And Jake, it's like, yeah, better boxer, but if that doesn't work out, who knows? And they're like, yeah, but Jake wrestled in high school. I haven't seen shit. I haven't seen him defend a take. I don't know. I'm sure he's working on it. So I'd probably lean a little bit, and when it comes to the odds with Nate, because of the experience and we know what he brings inside there. And Jake's this unknown. But I to a certain degree, I agree with Matt on this.
Okay.
The Immortal can do no wrong in my book.
Some one championship news. Shinya Aoki and Sage Northcutt, they were supposed to fight before, but then Sage had some like issues with COVID, so they couldn't go through it. But they're rebooked now.
That's a fun
January.
fight.
Yeah.
I like that fight for Sage. He's coming off that big win in Denver, one championship in Denver, so I'm excited for this. Aoki's still doing the damn thing, isn't he?
Dude, I don't know what's up with him, but he's a legend in the sport.
Ooh, that's a good card. In Tokyo, January 28th, you got Radetang
versus Takaru. Yeah.
Northcutt and Aoki. All right, take my money. One championship.
And speaking of one,
dude, one's coming with some sauce for that ass, Chin. For the first time ever, you got One Fight Night 17 on Prime, Amazon Prime, this freaking Friday. I'll be in Chicago, but I'll have it on the Green Room. I'm in Chicago this Friday, Saturday, but December 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video. It's One Fight Night 17 for the first time ever. You have the One Championship will broadcast a card in the U.S. primetime where every single fight will be in one Muay Thai. What's one Muay Thai? Well, I'm glad you asked. Fighters must engage constantly. They can't stall. Otherwise, they get warnings, kind of like the Pride Days. And then it's Muay Thai in 4-ounce gloves. All right, you get three-minute rounds. So it's not like this long, drawn-out thing. They have to engage. It is action-packed. If you like fisticuffs, if you like to see knockouts by the most talented people that can kick, punch, and elbow on this freaking planet, tune in Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. How about my boy Roman is from Ukraine? He's 6'7". His record is 49-7. You think the guy knows a thing or two about kickboxing, Muay Thai? Well, he's a world champion. He won the inaugural one light heavyweight kickboxing world title back in November in 2019. He defended it twice, moved up the division to heavyweight, then won the one heavyweight kickboxing world Grand Prix in November of 2022. Now he's switching it up, going from the inaugural one heavyweight Muay Thai world championship. All right, he's so much damn fun to watch. This guy's an absolute freak. He's 6'7" from Ukraine and can fight. Do you need any other convincing? The guy he's fighting is from Australia. His name's Alex. He's 6'3". Who do you got? I'm taking the Roman Ukraine guy. He's 14-3, but he did just claim the WBC heavyweight Muay Thai world title this past October, but I'll take my boy Roman at 6'7", and from being Ukraine, it's going to be problems. But our boy Smoking Joe and Luke the Chef Lessie, the Muay Thai featherweight championship. Smoking Joe, listen to this, 71-11. He's currently ranked number 4. He's known for his crazy knockout power. If you haven't watched Smoking Joe, you're in for a treat. Then Luke the Chef, he's 5-0, undefeated American fighter. He's won all his fights via knockout. So somebody's getting put to sleep. Smoking Joe, the Chef, somebody going to bed. All right. And then one of my favorite guys on the card is this boy we call Johan. Ready for this? Johan's 23-6. And he's 16 years old.
He was 16-year-old.
He's 17 now, but he was at that time 23-6, 16 years old, beating up grown-ass men. Knocked 3 dudes out. He earned a 6-figure contract and won championship last month. He's 17 now. He's viewed as, and this is a high praise, he's viewed as the next Radetang, which is insane. Radetang's like the guy, the absolute guy. 16-year-old knocking grown men out. He's their next superstar. He's fighting Edgar. I saw him fight in Denver, if I recall. He's 32-7. He made history when he became the first Mexican athlete to win the WBC Muay Thai. Mexico's not known for their Muay Thai, and this Mexican's doing it. All right, so he's fighting this kid. He's 17. Now that's an age you should bring up, Jid. Of note, he's 17. Jin's like, before we go, his girlfriend is 34.
35, yeah.
I just want to throw that out there. I know he's 23-6, but his girlfriend's 34. That's going down this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Amazon Prime. It's One Championship, the best Muay Thai in the world in 4-ounce gloves. What? Come on. It's a great product, man. I'm excited for it.
Quick little break.
Speaking of great products, Shane, great segue here. This episode of the Schaub Show at 7 a.m. is brought to you by Happy Hippo, the best kratom on planet Earth. However you get kratom, if you want to try it, you can't just trust anybody. You got to trust the one, the only Happy Hippo, for God's sakes. How many times I have to tell you guys? In any form you want your kratom, tablets, taffies, shots, energy shots, K-dips, they got it all for your ass. All right? Ran out of words there. Just go to happyhippo.com. Promo code is THICC23, 3 C's, THICCC 23. You get 20% off for life. Share it with your friends, families, whoever wants to try kratom. If you're trying a different company, guarantee you Happy Hippo does it better. All you got to do is go to happyhippo.com. Promo code is THICC23 for the very best product to get your ass ready for the morning, your workouts, podcasting, at work, zone in. It's kratom. It's Happy Hippo.
All right, that should be enough for currents. And then we also have a UFC coming up this weekend as well.
Now, remember, this UFC is supposed to be in China, but then Peter Yan got hurt. So they went, you know what? Let's bring this thing back to Vegas. So you got Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez, which is a fun fight. The co-main event is my favorite. You got Anthony Smith, who's the nicest guy in the planet, best teeth in the UFC, versus Khalil Roundtree. Both my boys. Won't pick a winner here, but I can't wait. This has some title implications. Whoever wins this, light heavyweight's up in the air. Whoever gets like a convincing knockout could be right in that title shot conversations. You got Anthony Smith, Khalil Roundtree. Again, UFC giving you a pretty tasty fight night for free. Okay? You got Sun Yadong, Chris Gutierrez, Anthony Smith, Khalil Roundtree. Nazarat's always fun. Jamie Malarkey. That might be the best fight on the card. Park Jong-young. You also got the, what do they call him, the Iron Turtle?
Park Jong-young, yeah, Iron Turtle.
Park Jong-young, the Iron
like
Turtle. Looks like a turtle. Mm-hmm. When you think of this, look him up. He looks like an Iron Turtle. It might be the best nickname in all of sports. It's Park the Iron Turtle Jong-young, and I'm all for it. What time is that at? Since the Apex,
it's still 7 p.m. at Apex. I don't know why.
That's on Saturday. So you have yourself a nice little weekend. What I want you to do is order yourself a large pepperoni pizza from Domino's. Get extra sauce so you know it's fresh. Even if you don't like the sauce, if you just ask for a regular pizza, it's going to be an old one that get off the shelves. You order it with extra sauce. It comes hot piping to your door. You do that on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You watch the One Championship, Muay Thai World Championship, Muay Thai. It's going to be fun. Ukrainian. 6'7", knocking dudes out, all right? Then you got the 16-year-old doing the damn thing. He's 17 now, but you know what I mean. You eat that pizza. You watch One Championship on Amazon Prime at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then Saturday, you do the same freaking thing. You order that pizza, extra sauce again. It comes piping hot. And you watch UFC Fight Night, Apex Center, Khalil Roundtree, Anthony Smith. That's your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. That's the show. I'm off to Addiction Motorsports to fix my freaking truck I won't shut up about. Thank you guys. Hopefully it gets fixed or my day's ruined. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. It's live. We messed up on one read because Jim didn't overlook it. I'm going to take a hard, cold hand to his face. I'm in Chicago this Friday and Saturday, missing my son's freaking Little League game. So you guys better come out. That's this Friday. 2 shows Friday, 7 and 9:30. 2 shows Saturday, 7 and 9:30. Then January, end of January, I'm in Nashville, one night only, January 25th. Then I'm in Austin, Texas, January 26th, 27th. Get your freaking tickets at thickboy.com. Thanks for tuning in. Wish me luck. Also, for all those of you that sent me the well wishes for the baby girl, she came home 3 days after that. She's all fine and dandy. She's getting thicker, thank God. She's great. Can't thank you guys enough. I'm very blessed. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Good morning.